Hey guys, today I wanted to discuss a similar principle that we were looking at for the past couple of weeks, using the ground, this time from the side control. Okay, this concept here is something that I think the first time I saw it was with the Professor Pedro Sauer, and it's changed not just my side control, not just my defenses from there, but my entire understanding of Jiu-Jitsu. This is big. I can't stress it enough. I'm going to show you the technique. We're going to go into a few different movements that make it up, and we're going to break it down together. Okay? Danny, come in. Now, Danny's got me in side control. Danny's got a nasty side control here. Okay? And he's got this hand on the far side controlling my hip. My hip's pretty much stuck here. He's got a cross face against my head. Okay? This hand is stuck on this far side too. What do we do here? I don't want to get punched, okay, and I want to be able to escape eventually as well. So this hand that's here, I need to keep my arms safe first. This arm comes over the top here, and I lock it down in place. It's almost like I'm driving a bar down this part of Danny's vertebra, his spine up at his neck here. So I come over the top and I drop it down and I lock my shoulder blade in on this left side. Over here, you get to see this in a different angle too, but it's my elbow that comes into Danny's hip here. It's Danny's left side, the left side of his hip. Okay, my elbow is coming in here, and that's going to help to keep distance away. Now from here, guys, for the big finisher to this is your legs. In the side control, you need to be able to use all four limbs like they're working independently and together at the same time. How? Like this. This foot, this leg that's closest to Danny always needs to know where Danny is. Okay? See how this leg is here? I can feel where Danny is. That's very important, but it doesn't mean anything. Because if this left leg is flat, I can feel where Danny is, sure, but Danny starts walking in towards me, and now there's nothing. Now I'm ready to get mounted, I'm ready to get hurt. So rather than, it's this leg that's always following, but what happens is this leg comes up, this leg, this ankle and foot walks to the outside of my hip joint. And now what I do is I bring my weight onto my right side and I press with my foot against the ground. And that's what creates all of this movement and all of this connection in with my partner. Okay, I'm using my hands now because I'm expressive and I'm talking to you about them, but when we're doing Jiu-Jitsu, what it's going to be is this hand's always here, keeping that distance, this hand's always on the top, preventing Danny from getting posture. Danny, try to come up. He's only coming up with me. He can't detach his chest from mine, which means I won't be susceptible to punches. This leg's here, okay, and this leg's to the outside. Now from here, what I'm going to do is when Danny moves just a little bit, I'm going to be able to hip escape. And now my hips, I'm going to use this to drive my hips forward and my head out. That allows me to bring this leg over the top, roll him over, push this leg, hip escape again, and come in and get my closed guard. Thank you, Danny. Now guys, what I'm going to do is go over a few little movements here that's going to help you find this position. If you didn't see the last video, the one about me when you're lying down and you're pressing into the ground and rolling to this side to come up to sitting, you have to see that one too, because that's very important. Another part of this movement is coming off to your side, okay, and using this leg and coming off to your side and finding this position here, okay? That's critical now. The next part of this is that what I want to do is be able to thrust my my knee forward and my head back. That's also very crucial because it's your head working with your hips, okay? So as my hips come forward, my head comes back. I start when I'm in flexion, meaning that my knee's close to my shoulder, and I use this leg to drive my hips forward and to bring my head back. So I'm just going to keep doing it on this side. Here, there, here, there, okay? The next part of this, guys, what's required is just a little bit of a windscreen wiper, which is just this here. This is a really nice movement. It's one that we start a lot of our high jiu-jitsu classes with, and it's just rolling from one side over to the other. So this is the position here, and I'm using this leg to control this. I have my hands in the right position. Okay, so Danny boy, come back in. Let's do it this way. So we'll do a different angle right here. This hand's over the top. This hand here. This foot, guys, always knows where he is. And the way I control this leg is with this one. So if Danny walks away from me, I'm using this leg to come in as well. If Danny comes in towards me, I'm using this leg. Notice, guys, with this leg, I don't lift it up. When I was first learning this technique, that's what I was doing, and it was a mistake, because if I'm here and I'm pressing in this, and I lift my leg up, and Danny pushes at this little moment right now. Push, Danny. So push into me. Yep, well, there you go. I've disconnected to the ground, and I'm not strong anymore. So that's why this leg's here, and it never detaches from the ground. Never. It slides, sure, but it never detaches. So from here, one more time, guys, you're waiting for this right situation. Now what's going to happen is I bring my hips out. Okay, I find the space for this knee to shoot in. Shoot in as my head comes out. Now this leg comes over the top. I catch this leg, and if your head comes out, you will find it. If your head stays close to your partner, you won't find this leg. You need this leg because you're going to start pulling it out. Danny's very much geared on his on this side here, his left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull him over to his right, and then I'm going to use my right leg, this knee in here, to start to just throw him over to this side. Now with this hand, I push his femur, come over the top, and now I've locked him in this closed guard. So now I'm going to hold him down tight, and that's where we're at. I'll do it one more time, and we'll go from this position so you guys can see. Let's go back a little bit too, Danny. We're here. Is it better like that?
I just don't want to lay on it.
Okay. So here and here. Now what's going to happen? This hand's over the top. Okay, if Danny's got a nasty crossface on me, what I'm doing is, rather than doing this, because that's not my problem anymore, the problem's going to be over here. So what I do is I come over the top here and I lock this elbow down to here. Okay, he's still got this hand over this side, so that's why I'm going to keep this connected. I switch my hip out. Okay, I use this foot and I thrust my knee forward and my head back. Now from here, this leg comes over the top. I start to push. I send him over to this side. Now I use this, I push it away. Sometimes it might be hard. I won't be able to get that leg out. So all I do is a hip escape, a little one here again. And now, that's me in my closed guard. Danny, can you punch me here? Boom, he can tap my head. He can't really punch me. I'm in a much better position. Okay? This is the regain the guard from closed guard. Thanks, Danny. Regain the guard from side control, and more importantly, this is how to connect to the ground and to your partner at the same time. A lot of the times we think about connection to your partner, sure, 100%, but leverage also comes from the ground, and we need to understand how to use both of those forces in the right way, and that's going to make some good technique and some good jiu-jitsu, efficient jiu-jitsu, effective jiu-jitsu, and that's everything we're after, right, Danny? Us. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Stay tuned. There's going to be another video that's coming out regarding the same principles here too. Thanks so much. Us.